Como é que é, pessoal? Sejam muito bem-vindos a mais um vídeo aqui no canal. O meu nome é Bruno e hoje vou-vos trazer aqui uma aventura um bocadinho diferente. Primeiro vai ser jogada no PC, é o The Stanley Parable. The Stanley Parable, o Ultra Deluxe Edition. Isto foi-nos dado pela Game Forces. Um muito obrigado. Ganhei um passatempo, mas de qualquer maneira a Game Forces já são uns amigos de longa data. Fizeram agora 4 anos, é um site muito bom de videojogos. Passem por lá para verem todas as novidades sobre videojogos que pode haver. E então vamos ter aqui esta aventura que eu não sei o que esperar, sei que o jogo é muito diferente, com um narrador assim meio louco, e portanto fiquem por aí, até já. Bem, vamos lá isto então. Vou jogar então aqui o The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Foi-me oferecido pela Game Forces num passatempo que eu concorri. Recebi este jogo e também vou trazer aqui para vocês verem como é que é o jogo e também para conhecerem a grande Game Forces, que é um blog que escreve sobre jogos, um site que escreve sobre jogos. Fez há pouco tempo, 4 anos, eu já escrevi para lá. Portanto, se puderem, vão apoiar e vão ver também nas redes sociais, no Facebook e no Twitter deles. Tem lá muita informação e tem o próprio site da gameforces.pt e é muito fixe, tem muitas informações engraçadas. Vamos então aqui jogar o Stanley Parable. Ok, eu não sei o que é que esperar disto. Isto é um jogo de PC. Não costumo fazer muitas... Não trago aqui muito para o canal jogos de PC. Ok. É o Stanley, é um gajo.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons.
O que é que ele fazia?
Orders came to him through a
Carregava só nos botões.
telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in.
Ok, ele fez isto durante anos e estava ali só naquela sala a carregar em botões. O Azepi. Quer dizer que já não é, né? Está no passado.
And then one day, something very
Pois, o que é que aconteceu?
something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Ok.
No one had showed up to give him
Não estava lá
instructions,
ninguém.
call a meeting,
Que estranho.
or even
O que é que aconteceu, amigos?
Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Ok. Então, suponho que é para nós sairmos e irmos dar uma volta, é isso? Quais é que são as teclas? É aqui. Bem, vamos lá, então. O que é que não podemos abrir? Nada abre.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Olha, fechou-se a porta.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Onde é que está a meeting room? Este comentador, este historiador está-nos a dar tipo o que é que nós temos que fazer. Supostamente. Onde é que é a meeting room? Isto está tudo vazio. Meeting room? Não. Não há nenhuma room que diga meeting. Oi!
Stanley came to a set of two
Olha.
open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Entramos na porta à nossa esquerda. E temos que fazer o que ele nos está a dizer. Bem, para já vamos... Fechou-se. Ok. Nada. 413. 412, 411. Será que... Olha, uma porta.
Yet there was not a single person here
Tips
either.
for not getting fired.
Disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Ok, agora supostamente vamos à sala dos nossos chefes. Broom Closet? Não sei o que é. Onde é que será?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his
Ok,
boss's office.
fomos para a dos nossos chefes, fomos para cima. O que é isto? Está-se tudo a fechar atrás de nós. Isto não é nada creepy.
Stepping into the manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss
é agora
had
que vamos
keeping
saber?
from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Ok, temos um ponteiro agora. Boa, isto dá jeito. Mas porquê é que o ponteiro...
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
O que é isto? Isto é bem engraçado, este jogo, amigos. Tipo, está o gajo a comentar-nos o que é que nós vamos fazer ou o que é que devíamos fazer. Mas o que é isto? Aqui no escritório. Ok, isto deu aqui um travãozito. O que é que... Será que aqui morremos? Não. Olha, estamos aí no elevador. Que estranho. Temos aí para onde, amigos? Eu pus para baixo. Não sei se era para ir para aqui. Não sei se isto tem alguma ordem.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Ok, vamos descobrir. O que é que se está a passar aqui? Ok, está para baixar. Ui! Mind Control Facility. Escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Se calhar deixa estar, não é? Já que ele diz que no fim deste corredor vamos ter a nossa morte violenta, se calhar voltamos para trás.
Of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to
Que engraçado. Ih, mas isto é bem creepy, amigos. Está fechado, claro, agora já só podemos ir para aqui, né?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed
E aparecemos no Matrix.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he
Outra
have the
vez,
strength
para.
to find out?
É para ir para onde? Vamos para ali agora? É o único sítio que dá, né? E agora? Olha. Câmaras.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee
E é
in
com
the
caraças.
building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom...
Olha, fired. Já houve aqui uns quantos que foram despedidos. O que é para fazer? Não ouvi o que é que ele disse. Isto abriu outro caminho, foi? Então bora lá. O que é para fazer aqui? Bem, carregar.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible
Claro.
to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Ok, chegou aqui tipo um elevadorzito para mim.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept
Ele é bem engraçado, a voz deste gajo.
someone else's control? Never.
Ui, ui,
It
está a
was
ficar escuro.
unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Olha, ficamos sem energia. E agora?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
Que é isto?
Walking, eating, working. All of it
Offline,
monitored and commanded
offline.
from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would
Vamos
dismantle
desmantelar
the
isto?
controls once and for
Bora lá.
all.
Mind controls idle. Waiting input. Vamos lá ver o que é que se faz aqui. Isto é o meu filme de terror para mim. System power. Vamos fazer off ou on? Vamos fazer on.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is
Sim,
that
vamos
what you
experimentar.
want?
Ui,
Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you
será que
need to
podemos fazer off?
understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave.
Off?
If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the
Ui.
entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes.
Oi.
Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time
E
to
agora?
shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your
E agora o que
heart's
nós fazemos?
desires.
Fiz porcaria, né?
This is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them
O que nós
is.
podemos fazer?
More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going.
Não dá para ir para aqui. Dá.
All this means I barely know where to start.
Para, man. Este gajo está-me a irritar.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated.
Não, o que é isto? Espera aí.
Right, I'm in a
4.
good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine.
No.
I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes
Oh,
when
yeah.
I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a
O que eu vou
crisp.
fazer? Onde é que é o 1?
I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take
Ui,
back
tá
the
aqui.
control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around
Ui, ui, ui.
will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds
Para,
left.
man.
But I'm enjoying this so
O que é
much.
que suposto eu fazer?
You know what? To hell with it.
10.
I'm going to put some extra
Incorrect.
time on the clock.
3.
or not.
Onde é que eu tenho o 3?
Precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow
Oh
on
meu Deus.
trees.
Estou a ficar bem nervoso.
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley?
Control
Is
disable.
it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed
Sim.
to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley?
Está-me a deixar bem nervoso, amigos.
One solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this
É
place
suposto
is?
nós fazermos mesmo. Este gajo é bem louco.
You're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to
Vamos morrer, é isso?
You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every
Onde é que está o
moment
botão 1? Que é para nós irmos lá e voltamos àquele monitor.
This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy.
Ok.
You wanted to control
O que diz aqui mais? Só diz um, man.
but I'm going to destroy it first.
Isto não pareceu já 2 minutos.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to strike.
Ui.
30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being...
Oi, isto está a tremer tudo.
Will you cling desperately to your frail...
Goodbye, employee.
Peacefully? Another choice.
Bem,
Make it count.
vamos deixar-nos morrer ou o que é que seja que vai acontecer, amigos.
And believe me,
Mas fiquei mesmo nervoso. 5, 4,
life from the moment we face
3,
until the moment
2.
we say happily ever after.
O que aconteceu? Morremos? O que aconteceu, amigos? E que jogo tão creepy! Será que começamos do início?
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh.
What did it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Ok.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Isto é tipo, imaginem, amigos, é daqueles jogos que nós temos que fazer o que o gajo diz.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his
Vamos
left.
pela da direita.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Ok.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking, but eager to get back to business. Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Aqui?
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Será que vamos voltar para onde estávamos, amigos? Isto é outra vez tipo a mesma cena?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
Right? Left.
From here, it's, Oh, no. No, it's to the right, my mistake.
Ok.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
Ele está a gozar comigo.
It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Será nesta?
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left,
Este jogo é de partir com o carreira, amigos.
Yes, I've got it now.
Que
This story
engraçado.
is absolutely, definitely
Ok,
this
vamos por
way.
aqui. Mas isto está tipo... Ok. Bem, nem vou argumentar. Ok, vamos outra vez para...
No.
Então.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back.
Vamos olhar para trás.
Oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the
Outra
top.
vez. Ai, mas... Isto é bué fixe, amigos. Estou a curtir bué deste jogo. Eu sei que não estou a comentar muito,
All of his
mas...
coworkers were gone.
Epá, este narrador é incrível, man.
He had simply missed a memo.
Este jogo é incrível, amigos. É sério, tipo, se puderem, experimentem. Porque é mesmo muito bom.
When Stanley... Wait.
Huh?
What? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should
Porquê
be...
isto não está igual?
Did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I
Será que eu carreguei em botões que não devia?
The story was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here
Vamos lá
somewhere.
tentar...
Okay then, it's an
Oi!
adventure. Come, Stanley, let's find the story.
Por aqui? Vamos nós arriscar, né? Estou bem confuso. Portas abertas em todo lado. Estou um bocado perdido. Se me tens de dar uma ajuda, era dava jeito. Isto é uma storage room, não?
I'll say it. This is
Pois
the
é.
worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here
Mas já
before.
estivemos aqui.
Do we need to restart the game
Não,
again?
não, não.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this.
Sim.
Okay, let's
Ele
give it a
vai outra vez
shot, why not?
reseta o jogo. Que irritante.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Bem, já fizemos o que ele queria, já fizemos o que ele não queria.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
O que é suposto fazermos? Bem. Oi.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed
Como
anything?
assim? Vamos para trás. Ok. Está aqui uma porta aberta, vamos por aqui. E agora? Não consegui.
Aha!
Oi?
I knew we'd missed
Mas isto não era assim?
the story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Mas isto não era assim? Oi? Então isto está sempre a mudar. Mas que casa é esta?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all.
Fuck.
Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
Eu?
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to
No.
be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Ganhamos. Mas ganhamos.
Oh, no. No,
Não ganhamos
I don't
nada.
feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is.
engraçado.
I don't care what might happen this time. I
Lá
have
vamos
to
nós outra vez.
restart.
Para o início. Restart again.
All
Olha.
right, I've got a solution.
Que
This time,
engraçado.
to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help
Boa.
of the Stanley Parable.
Mas isto não estava aberto.
Just follow the
Boa.
line. How simple is that?
Vamos só seguir a linha, né?
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination,
Ok.
even if there's no story there? Or
Vamos para a
put it
cena do
another way,
chefe. Ia, porquê
is the
este?
story of no destination still a story?
Ai, o gajo está a tripar outra
By the
vez.
act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know
Uau,
what?
e agora?
I think what we need
Ih, este
right
gajo está
now
todo
is a
bêbado, o
bit
gajo
of music
desenhou
to
linha.
lighten the mood.
Ui, que música é esta? Que susto! What? Mas isto não tinha música, agora tem uma música bué.
Wait, cut the music, go back and look at that fern.
Ai, estou a ficar bué bêbado com isto.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Estamos outra vez no mesmo sítio. Será que é para ir lá outra vez dentro? Tipo... E a cena é continuar a bater nas teclas, não? Não? Temos isto afinal, vinha dali e agora vai para aqui ou veio daqui? E eu estou a dar confuso agora. Ui, estamos outra vez aqui.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Não. Restart outra vez. O que é para fazer agora? É para seguir a linha. Ui!
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right?
Olá.
Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Ok, vamos lá tentar. Esta direção. Isto leva-nos aonde?
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well,
Temos só as voltas. Estou só a ficar enjoado.
Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Ah é? Se calhar o fim disto.
Oh, no, not you again.
Olha a linha.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Ok. A linha foi-se embora, lá para cima. Nós não conseguimos ver as paredes, né? Não. Olha, uma sala redonda.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a
Boa.
decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't
E agora,
stop
direita ou
any
esquerda, amigo?
opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that
Ih, já
leads
estou
somewhere.
tonto.
And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the
para ir para onde?
counter-inverted reverse
Ai,
door's
que caras, que dor de
So
cabeça.
starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the
Vamos para a
correct
direita, é isso?
Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Ok, abraça da direita. O que é isto? The confusing ending. O que é que diz isto? Fifth restart, third restart, end up in another building.
You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
Six restart, seven,
That's really how
8.
all this goes? It's all
Narrator is gone
determined.
after long time. Stanley
So
dies.
now, according to the schedule, I
Engraçado.
restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget?
Quer dizer que isto é não sei quantas vezes até tipo... Será? Que engraçado, amigos. Mas vamos ficar por aqui. Espero que tenham gostado. Se gostaram, não se esqueçam de deixarem o vosso like, subscrever o canal, ajuda muito. Este jogo é incrível, eu vou continuar a jogar, não vou trazer aqui para o canal, mas experimentem porque é mesmo muito bom. E já sabem, não percam o próximo episódio, porque a minha mãe também não.